Bajaj Electrical just announced an acquisition, a small one. To get further details about that, the management is now joining us on a phone line. Mr. Shekhar Bajaj, CMD at Bajaj Electrical, is now joining in. Good afternoon, sir. Firstly, congratulations on the acquisition. Can you just give us the details? How big is the acquisition? What will it essentially do for Bajaj Electricals?
Okay, this is a Bajaj Group company. It's not an outside acquisition. It's not a big acquisition. The main thing was that as far as this company, Hind Lamps, is concerned, it is the main source of supply for lamps for Bajaj Electricals since 1951. They've been supplying bulbs and tubes for Bajaj Electricals. Now they are a BIFR SIC company, and therefore they've been losing money over the last 10-12 years. So therefore, now that they are, we are finding that they are now turning around, and at least there are no more losses taking place. And plus, we found that with their cash flow situation, they are not able to really get the best deal, and we are buying from them. So it makes a lot of sense that if we had control on that company in terms of first is Hind Lamps, when a vendor gives, is different than when Bajaj Electricals becomes a buyer. So our cost can easily come down by 2-3-4%. Plus, with our cash strength, we can again get a good deal with the vendors. Second is that they've got a lot of land. So tomorrow, if you want to expand or upgrade the machinery, whatever is required, all those things can be done if you have money. And therefore, as a BIFR company which was losing money, it was difficult for them to, be able to use that cash. So availability of cash was always an issue. So now, if this has to go through a process, first we have to inform the BIFR. If they give the permission, after that we have to go to the AGM of Bajaj Electricals and Hind Lamps, and their shareholders have to give the permission. So this whole process is over a year, and the amount of compensation that we'll have to give to Hind Lamps as per the scheme is going to is basically a Bajaj Group 100% held company. The amount which we are talking about is only 16 crores, and which would be about 0.2%. So the Bajaj Group holding in Bajaj Electricals will go up by 0.2% if this permission to acquire takes place. So it's not a big acquisition or anything. It's just something which is a BIFR company, and BIFR has said that this company is not viable. So the only way it can become viable is that if we take it over.
Right. So can you tell us something about the consumer outlook as well? Havells, we spoke to them recently. They were of the view that H2 would be much better. Festive season was good. Can you just tell us, are you also seeing a meaningful pickup?
Yes, I think so. Also, our first half was negative because we were doing some corrections in terms of our secondary sale focus is changed. Instead of primary, we are going to secondary sales focus, and because of which certain sale was being not shown as a primary sale, but I think a lot of correction has been done, and therefore we also are looking at positive cash flows in the second half. Overall, we should be, whatever is the negative in the first 6 months should be made up, and we should be overall at least equal to last year's level in consumer durables. Overall, as a company, our lighting should do 20% plus, and our project business should do 30% plus. So overall, about 15-17% growth should take place. We are looking at from 4,300 crores to go to 5,000 crore. That's the objective. We may end up at 4,800, 4,900, but 5,000 is what we are really working towards.
Right. Sir, did you look at the recommendations of the 7th Pay Commission? You think it will have a big impact on the demand in 2016 and 17?
Yeah, personally, I think the demand, once the announcement is made and I know I'm getting the money tomorrow, I will start spending today. So I'm not looking at 16, 17, I'm looking at 15, 16 itself. I think if I know that I'm going to get 100 rupees tomorrow, I'll spend at least 50 rupees today only. Let me enjoy today in anticipation that that announcement is already there and I'm going to get it. So I expect the consumer demand will pick up this year itself. It won't wait till when the actual money comes in hand. people start spending in anticipation that money is definitely coming. So I'm expecting good things to happen, but it's not. But more it will happen in the rural markets.
Right. So, can you just talk to us that when the sixth pay commission came, it came in with a delay, and that's why there was a lump sum amount that came in. So a lot of demand also went towards cars and real estate. But this time around, it will be in a more staggered manner. It will come, there would essentially be no arrears. You think the focus this time should be on consumer durables, consumer discretionary?
See, what happens is now the inflation is also coming under control, and because of which there's the discretionary income is there, and then with this pay commission, further money coming in, people want luxury, and people want convenience, and therefore the small appliances and fans is something which is not a luxury, it's a convenience, and therefore I think now especially in the rural markets, the semi-rural urban markets, that's where the future growth is going to come from, because people are saying, I need to have a mixie, I need to have a toaster, I want to have a OTG and so on. So people want a fan. So all these things are going to be definitely purchased. And once the person knows I'm going to get the money, the amount of 1 lakh crores is a lot of money. Lot of money.
Right. Sir, thank you so much for taking out time for us. Always a pleasure talking to you, and congratulations on the small acquisition that you have done. We're taking a quick break, coming back into markets slightly slipping into the red. Sensex down about 32 odd points, Nifty